Hey everyone, Scooby-Doo here with another Star Wars wall video. We're going to actually take a look at the new Boba Fett Tatooine shelf that I just finished. So let's go ahead and go into the other room and take a look at the wall, or the, I like to call, Star Wars shrine. There it is. It's almost like a temple. It's like a, oh! Look at that. You should worship the Star Wars.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Okay, I decided to get on the floor for this so I can show you up closely. Now, if you've seen the shelf before, you know I used to have the quarter scale Boba Fett on there along with the larger Han Solo and Carbonite from ThinkGeek. And I just felt, I don't know, it just was too big, and I had to have the shelf too low to the ground. And yeah, I just wanted to have all the 6 scale. I just thought it would look better. So here it is. Again, this was the Medicom Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. And this is the Jabba the Hutt Skiff. And then right there we have the Sarlacc. I did a little bit of paint work on that. And then we have Princess Leia in the Boushh outfit with the detonator. So there we go. There's the shelf. Also, too, I have Bobo's logo there. So it's kind of a thing like, you know, the sand's kind of closing in on him because it's apparently, I guess, where he dies, or does he? I think that's still up in the air whether or not he actually died in the Sarlacc pit or if he actually survived. I think they're supposed to be coming out with some movies for that, aren't they? He's going to have like his own movie? Maybe. I don't know. But there we go. Now if you want to see how I made some of this stuff, stay tuned on the same video. I think I filmed some stuff. I'm going to go ahead and add to this. Kind of a little bit of a how-to. But I pretty much did the same way that I've done with my other shelves that I've shown you, how I've done with the sand and sculpting and using black wash and different items like that. Also too, here on the Han Solo, I don't have it quite touching the shelf, so it's kind of like it's floating. Hey Boba. He looks pretty tight right there, right? He's a badass. Alright, so go ahead and if you want to stay tuned, I got a couple little short videos on this one. And yeah, alright. Don't forget, I do have the other shelf coming in. That's for the Imperial Droid probe. Should be getting that in, I don't know, like 3 weeks or so. I'll get that up. I'll do a review on that as well. And then we're going to start back with doing the Back to the Future stuff. And also, I think I wanted to cover a few other things in my movie room that I never really specifically covered that much on. Like my Toy Story stuff and some other items. So, alright, take a look at the other videos. Thanks. Badass. Woo! Hey everyone, Scooby-Doo here. We're going to redo our Boba Fett Tatooine shelf. Not that it didn't look good already, but just how I have the wall set up, I wanted to change things up a bit. Boba Fett's kind of standing a little too high, so I wanted to remove the base that he's on, even though it's an awesome base. And I'm also going to be removing the Han Solo and Carbonite. And then I'm going to be adding the Tatooine Skiff, which is this one right here, which it comes from the Star Wars The Power of the Force. I'm actually going to be repainting that and doing some other stuff to it. I'm going to be putting it up onto the shelf. Also too, I'm going to be redoing some of the sand that's on here as well. So I just wanted to show you quickly what it looked like now. And then over this week, I'm going to start working on all this stuff. Alright, so let's get started and start taking stuff apart and get this thing going. I got all the moldicine down. It's actually been drying for a couple days. I actually added a little extra water to it so it made it easier to mold. So I got it all smoothed out the way I want it. You can see in a couple spots it's already started to dry. It kind of has like this white look to it. But all this is still kind of, I can feel the moisture in it. So I'm going to let that dry for a few more days because I want this thing to come out perfect. So while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and start on the Tatooine Skiff. So there it is. It actually's got quite a bit of detail to it. Looks a little bit too green to me. Now I did look at some of the movie stills and it did have like a greenish tint, but definitely going to do some painting on this. I'm going to give it some more texture like I normally do with a lot of the vehicles I have up on my wall. So that's how it looks now. And we'll go ahead and get that painted and I'll show it to you in just a little bit. And hopefully by then, or in a day or two anyways, this will be dry and I can go ahead and apply the sand. Alright, on to our next step, which is actually going to be attaching the skiff to the shelf. And I'm going to do that prior to adding the sand. And how I'm going to do that is, if we take a look at the skiff, I actually did some of the painting on it already. I'm going to take a couple of these screws out and I'm going to replace them with larger ones. Well, not really larger, but longer ones. And they're going to work as the legs. And then I will come over here and drill 2 holes into my plaster cast right here. So that way it'll just be able to sit right down into it and lock into place. So I can't do that while I'm holding the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and add these screws, drill the 2 holes, and then we'll see how it came out. Okay, so I went ahead and put the 2 longer screws into the skiff, and then I drilled 2 holes. You can see right there, right there. And what it'll simply do is, you'll see, just gonna line it up with the 2 holes, and it goes right into place, just like that. Now, if it wants to tin, it wants to kind of go over a little bit like that. But I'm gonna be packing it in probably with some hot glue after I finish putting in the sand, but yeah, that's basically it. They'll sit just like that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get the sand on there and then put it all into place. Pull that back out. You can see I did some painting on the skiff. I might do a little bit more, but it really didn't have that much color to begin with, so I don't want to overdo it. Probably like it looks exactly the same. No, it looks much darker. It had more of a green tint. Actually still showing kind of has a green tint, but not really. I think that's just the camera. Alright, so let me go ahead and get the sand on there and we'll come back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into my videos. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And yeah, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I shall talk to you guys later. Oh snap, I forgot to turn on my Death Star. Ah! Gotta turn this on before I stop the video. Or maybe I won't. There we go. Whoa. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.